is the bigger loser among the Vikings and the Cowboys? Ben.
The biggest loser?
Yes.
I think that the team in more trouble, I think it looks like to me the Vikings. Because with every single play, every time he puts his hands under the ass of the center, Brett Favre looks like he immediately regrets this decision.
That he shouldn't have come back.
Shouldn't have come
his
back.
His heart's not into it. Although his wallet's into it because he's at least $20 million richer. But
did you get the feeling though Brett Favre just like spends money on like John Deere lawnmowers and Wranglers
and
like,
jeans? Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm saying like big deal. Like okay, now he has $274 million in the bank instead of $254 million in the bank. Like there's just not. Like that was, I actually don't think that was a motivator.
How many fishing lures can you buy for $20 million?
I actually, I hear you guys. I actually thought his heart wasn't into it in the last two playoffs. Like the regular season, obviously was fantastic, but with the Packers and not the Jets, but I meant the Packers when they lost to the Giants and the Vikings last year. It seemed he was strangely not.
No, I disagree.
I can't disagree more. And I'm not a Brett Favre fan, as you know, but I just personally I'm not a fan of his. But his heart is in. I think that his heart is the only reason he's there right now. I think that's what it is. I mean, if you're a Vikings fan, you have to say, all right, he didn't have training camp. He's 40 years old. Of course, he didn't have the training camps for many years that a lot of these players have. I think at this point, the only thing you can cling to is maybe he just needs 3 or 4 weeks to get into it.
And by the way, I think there's a difference between saying his heart's not into it and he immediately regrets this decision. I have no idea whether his heart is into it. I just mean he looks like, ugh, what have I done?
Yeah.
That's,
Right.
And by the way, he gave everything, I thought, in that playoff game. And when you look now at the extent of the injury that he suffered and what he played with, when they say, there's a lot of legend that goes with Brett Favre. When we see now, and they say maybe he couldn't have played in the Super Bowl, and you see the injury and you see his ankle, yeah, I buy it. He might not have been able to play in the Super Bowl.
All right. Fine. You want to overwhelm me with like facts and stuff? Whatever. No, and you guys are right. He lost it at the end of that game in the Vikings game, but maybe it's not fair to say he didn't have his heart into it. I thought he was just too cold out there against the Giants, literally. Like when they were playing in Green Bay.
Yeah.
And he just seemed like, I don't want to be out here. Jeez, I'm too old for this crap. I felt Danny Glover-esque for him at that point, and that's what I feel this season. Now, having said that, I actually disagree with you. I think the Cowboys are in bigger trouble. I think their offensive line sucks. I think their coach is disastrous. That team is bound to implode no matter how much talent they have if Wade Phillips is the head. It's just a matter of time, and perhaps this is the time. Whereas I think the Vikings will recover. I agree with you, Michael. Favre will get back into it. Well, and Adrian Peterson's awesome, and their defense is good. But Vikings will be better than the Cowboys.
But I disagree with that. I mean, I'm not saying that they will recover. I think that's what you have to cling to if you're a Vikings fan. I think the Cowboys have all their pieces in place. They just have to figure out how to win now. And you may be right. I mean, their line might be bad. Their coach might be bad. I think Brad Childress might even be in trouble in Minnesota. But I do think that the Dallas Cowboys have everything in place. They might want to, they might miss Patrick Creighton and wish that they didn't have Roy Williams. Little things like that. Every team has that. But I do think that the Cowboys can just start winning once they get it together.
Real quick, wrap this up. It's tough to be an NFL head coach in Brad Childress when you're also a full-time accountant. I think that takes away.
No, that's and a character actor too.
And a couple of real quick things that I think puts the Vikings in more trouble. Adrian Peterson is awesome. He ran for 145 yards. Brett Favre was 22 of 36, with 13 of those completions to either the tight ends or the running backs. Now they got receiver problems. Vincent Jackson might help, but they can't get the ball downfield right now at all. And he threw the 3 picks. And at the end of the game, when they needed that winning touchdown, it was so clear they were not going to throw the ball. They were not going to throw it. They were going to give it to Peterson every single time. Must have carried the ball 7 or 8 straight times. They didn't get the winning touchdown. And but for the Cowboys' point of view, Marion Barber ran the ball 5 times for 27 yards in the first quarter of that game, and then they ran the ball 4 times the rest of the game with Marion Barber. They just gave up the run.
Right. If Vincent Jackson goes to the Vikings, I think it turns the whole thing around.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
They really missed Sidney Rice more than I thought they were going to miss Sidney Rice.